are back. How about that, huh? Yeah. What was that? What was that? What was that? It's got to be the Red Dwarf. That's all there is to it. They're back. And their being back answers a whole bunch of questions, like what happened to Rimmer? Nothing. He just couldn't work all of Series 7, and he's really back in Series 8, as you can tell. Will there be a Series 9? We've got partial answers to those. Where are they? We've got partial answers to those, too. But first, we're going to do the premiums, because we've got some really neat premiums. As you know, we're never allowed to offer the tapes, but we do come up with some neat ones. These are license plate holders. Infinity welcomes careful drivers. These are at the $45 level for a set, front and back. The Red Dwarf 1999 T-shirt. Now, let me tell you something about this. You recognize the T-shirt, quite simply because we've been doing these T-shirts for 10 years. And the planet and the Red Dwarf and all that. This is the last year for this T-shirt. Even if they continue with the series, no more T-shirts. So if you want to have the last, this is it. And we're offering that, let me see, at the $60 level. They're all extra large, so don't worry about sizes, okay? The 2 videos, now we're offering 2 videos. The Swirly Thing Alert, which is the outtakes, I believe on Series 6, but I'm not sure, and Smegheads in Seattle. That's at the $100 level for the 2 videos, and the Smegheads in Seattle commemorates, a little irreverently, but not totally, the visit the gentleman had in Seattle last year. Danny John Jules and Craig Charles were here, and they did a whole lot of things, and I think you're going to really enjoy seeing them. That's 2 videos at the $100 level, the outtakes and the Smegheads in Seattle. And then the Red Dwarf Super Combo, which is darn near everything we got, plus a couple of other things. The license plate holders, the T-shirt, the 2 videos, and the Red Dwarf pin, which I am wearing here on my lapel, is at the $150 level. The pin, by the way, that's the only way you can get it, is on the $150 thing. Okay. Now, answers to questions. Will there be a Series 9? We were told when they went into Series 8 there would be no Series 9. They were going to go to motion pictures, remember? Well, they're writing Series 9, you know. I don't know if they're going to do it, but they are writing it. Now, where are they? Well, Robert Llewellyn, until earlier this week, had planned to be here tonight, the gentleman who plays Crichton. But he got into some contract problems and had to stay in the United Kingdom. So we are hoping to have Chris Berry here this summer, hopefully in July. And, of course, Craig Charles is always welcome. I do want to remind you folks who are Red Dwarf fans, or might know Red Dwarf fans who aren't home tonight, shame on them, that we will be stripping this series. In other words, we'll be running it regularly, probably at 11 o'clock, the 11 o'clock strip in July. The whole series, the whole eight of them, okay? So you will be able to see them on regular broadcasts. All right, 1-800-443-1999. We got a whole lot for you. And we've got all 8 episodes of Series 8.
It's cold outside, there's no kind of atmosphere. I'm all alone, more or less. Let me fly far away from here. Fun, in the sun.
Good afternoon. It's Nevada Spencer back, and I'm happy to be spending an afternoon with fellow Red Dwarf fans for another Red Dwarf Marathon, this time Series 8, the latest we've got. And a lot of you probably wonder why we consider pledging so very important, and the reason is 71% of the money that we use for broadcast and acquisition of programs like you're watching this afternoon come from you, the individual subscribers. 71%, that's a whole lot. So we consider this by far our most important source of funding. And so for those of you who think that one person might not make a difference, we're here to tell you that you certainly can. Be a part of that very important 71%. Go to the phones this afternoon. We know you love Red Dwarf. We know that's why you're tuning in. Remember that you can charge it on any of the 4 usual charge cards, or you can use your debit card. But go to the phones right now and give us a call while we're sitting here pledging. Give us a call now.
Well, the phones are ringing very nicely here, and I hope a lot of those calls are coming from British Columbia, because British Columbians very responsible for a lot of the income, and more BCers getting in on it. Think about this, you know, KCTS has got so much variety, and we've been getting so many different cable channels in Canada, different specialty channels coming online, that if you want to get the certain, you know, 24-hour rat-raising kind of, not like they did in Red Dwarf, mind you, but rat-raising channels, that's the place to go. Certain kind of segmented TV services like that. But if you want something that provides diversity all the time, KCTS, Public Broadcasting, is the place to go. So please, in British Columbia, get on the phone now. Call this toll-free number, 800-443-1999, and make your pledge now.
Rumors stop now. We didn't say that Chris Berry would be here this July. We are working very hard to get him here this July. It is our real hope that we will have him in the studio this July, and we'll figure out something. Now, please understand something. The people who will be invited to any events in July are the people who subscribe tonight. It's our way of keeping contact with our Red Dwarf viewers. It really is. If you want to be on the list, you got to call and do something, okay? So if you're in call waiting, stay there. Don't let this go away. As you know, we have had them here before, and we've had some pretty darn nice events. And a lot of you were there, and you had a lot of fun, because I was there too, and I saw you, and you had a ball. And that's what we're going to try to do again this time, okay? So if you want to take part in that, if you want to be notified as to when they're going to be, we have to limit the attendance, because the last one, you know, we got 3,000 people in one building, and it didn't work too well. And that's a lot of people. So we're going to keep it to the people who really show an interest in Red Dwarf, and that's the way it's going to be done. Okay? Okay. Now, can I do the premiums again real fast? Because we got a whole bunch. Okay. We've got the 2 Infinity license plate holders. I'll get one. There you go. And it reads, Infinity welcomes careful drivers. And it's got the planet circle around KCTS down on the bottom there. That's at the $45 level. The Red Dwarf shirt, the reason I wanted to do the premiums again is to hit you again on this $60 shirt. This is a keepsake. We've been doing this now for 10 years with Red Dwarf shirts. This is the last year that we will do it. This is the last of this Red Dwarf series of T-shirts. So, you know, it being the last, it becomes a keeper. The 2 videos, now the 2 videos we can offer you are the Swirly Thing Alert, which are the outtakes of Red Dwarf. Funny, almost funnier than the series. And Smegheads in Seattle. That commemorates, actually documents the visit of Craig Charles and Danny John Jules last year here in Seattle last summer. We had a ball, and they did too. Then the Red Dwarf Super Combo, which is the license plate holders, T-shirt, 2 videos, and a Red Dwarf pin at the $150 level. And you get on the list. You get on the list so that if we have one of the stars of Red Dwarf this summer, which we're working we almost had Llewellyn, Robert Llewellyn for this one. We came close, you know. So we're really working on it, and we hope that we will have as good a time this summer as we did last summer. Remember? Had a good time, huh? Call us.
Remember, when you become a subscriber to Channel 9, there are, I did it again, to KCTS. See, we have to do that because, for one thing, the channel's been bumping around the cable networks or the cable systems in Canada. So, when you become a member of KCTS, there are a lot of benefits besides ensuring that you're going to get quality programming. Look at this here. KCTS Magazine, an issue a month, gives you all sorts of background information and programming notes, as well as the coming schedule of what's coming up on KCTS. So that's one of them. The other, of course, is you get your discounts, your 10% discounts at the Channel 9 stores. Note there are 3 of them now. Rainier Square, the original location, as well as Redmond Town Center and University Village. And you can also look them up on the World Wide Web as well. There's the address, channel9store.com. So think of all that, all the benefits you get just by picking up the phone right now and calling 800-443-1999.
No, without giving too much away about this 8th series, a couple of things that you Red Dwarf fans, I think, would be interested in. Number one, if you're taping the shows, you'll notice that the credits at the end were longer on this first, the 8th series. And that's because everyone in the series really looked forward to the 8th series with all the new technology that they'd be able to use, and you'll see it used in the graphics and in the pictorial part, at least, of Red Dwarf Series 8. So the credits go on a little bit longer. We will carry each program in its entirety, so you don't have to worry about that, wondering if we're going to cut away too early for you. We're not going to do that to you, okay? But please understand a couple of things. If you're a Red Dwarf fan, and I've met a lot of you, and I know your commitment to this series and how much it means to you and how much enjoyment you get out of it. Good for you. But if you want to go to the event, if we have an event this summer, if you want to be on that list, you got to call tonight, okay? And number 2, if you want the last of the series of 10 Red Dwarfs T-shirts, This is the last one ever. Then you got to call tonight and take advantage of it. We are done, are we, Stephen? Okay. A couple of little hints for the second episode of the 8th series, all right? The viruses don't go away. And remember the Dibblies? They're back. Okay, here we go. I think it's interesting. The Dibblies are back. When Danny John Jules was here last summer, we asked him if the Dibblies would return, and he said, "Oh, I hope not. It takes a lot of work to do the Dibblies." Well, they're back. So he lost that one. Okay, the premiums that we're offering. For those of you who are just joining us, this is the 8th series of Red Dwarf. This is the one we've been waiting 2 years for. And if you'll remember the last time we talked, which was about a year ago, about Red Dwarf, we said that there would be an 8th series, but no 9th series. They were going to go to a movie. Well, that's modified a little bit. They're still talking movie, definitely, but they're also writing the 9th series. So, you know, who knows? We'll be there if we can be. All right. Now, again, before we get into the premiums, we understand each other very clearly. If you call and subscribe now, you go on a list. You'll be invited and be notified of any events that we have with the cast of Red Dwarf this summer. We're trying very hard to get Chris Berry here, Rimmer, and hopefully he will be here in July. We don't know that for sure. It has not been confirmed. He's a tough guy to get. No stations had Chris Berry yet. We hope to be the first. The 2 license plate holders. This is from the Infinity Welcoming Careful Drivers at the $45 level. The Red Dwarf T-shirt. This is a $3.99 T-shirt, the Red Dwarf annual T-shirt, if you will. It is the 10th in our series, and it is the last. This is the last time we'll be able to use the planet and all of that. That's the end of the T-shirts. So if you want to have the very last one, that's at the $60 level, extra large only. 2 videos we're offering are the Swirly Thing Alert, which are the outtakes of Red Dwarf, and Smegheads in Seattle, marking the visit May and June, I think, of Danny John Jules, and Craig Charles was here, and Danny John Jules' mom was here. We had a whole bunch of people there. But anyway, both those videos at the $100 level, you'll enjoy both of them. And of course, the one from the Smegheads in Seattle is an exclusive. The Red Dwarf Super Combo, which is the license plate holders, the T-shirt, the 2 videos, and the Red Dwarf pin, as I get my pin just pushed right out toward the camera there. There you go. Kind of neat, isn't it? Okay. Try not to glare it for you. I'm sorry. That's at the $150 level, not for the pin, for all of it. Okay? All right. Give us a call. Remember, if you want to go on that list for anything that we do this summer, you got to call tonight. Okay? We got to keep it down to a manageable size, and we do that by really getting the people who support Red Dwarf. I think that's fair. It's the best we can do. 1-800-443-1999. Wherever you are in Canada, wherever you are in Washington, that's the number that gets you right here to the 8th series of Red Dwarf, and are we happy to have it?
Hi, Dave and Kendra. Hi, Paul and MZ. Hi, George. This is your station for Red Dwarf.
KCTS, Seattle, Vancouver.
KCTS. My favorite station.
George mentioned that phone number, 800-443-1999, also works from Canada. Don't forget it. British Columbia viewers, this is your chance. This is the place where you get the break, as people say in the news business, the break on shows like Red Dwarf, on some of the great British comedy, and also some of the great programs you can only get on public television. It comes right into your home, thanks in large part to you. And certainly viewers in Washington State know that, but I want to talk to folks in British Columbia. Remember, all those dollar levels that George mentions, they are in Canadian funds as well as in American funds. You don't need to worry about exchange. Just please get on the phone, make that call right now, and help us keep the quality programming that you love coming into your homes on KCTS.
In addition to all the other wonderful benefits of becoming a Channel 9 subscriber, or a KCTS subscriber, as the case may be, you also will get a subscription, a one-year subscription to KCTS Magazine, which is really a neat publication. It's got all kinds of neat stuff in it, one of which is the 24-hour-a-day schedule as far as what's on, and the really neat thing about this is the repeat schedule, which is kind of unique. so that if you miss something, or if you want to see something twice, or you're talking around the water cooler the morning after and you want to tell someone to watch something, you can tell them to look in the repeat schedule. So you will know that as long as you're receiving this magazine that you are still currently a subscriber. And you can also take this into any one of our 3 stores at Rainier Square, the Redmond Town Center, or the University Village and receive a discount. So please go to your phone now and become a subscriber and key into all these totally terrific benefits. Give us a call now.
Got to tell you about that little promo you saw. Robert Llewellyn and Craig Charles, they did a whole series of them for almost every public television station that's going to carry the 8th series. And basically it was, hi, I'm Craig Charles, I'm Robert Llewellyn, and we want you to watch the 8th series of Red Dwarf on WTVS Detroit or something. Well, they got to make ours, and they knew everybody here, and everybody here knew them, so they spent all the time saying hello to people, and by the time they got around to asking you to watch the 8th series on KCTS, they didn't have any time left. And that's exactly the way they are. If you've met them, you know I'm telling the truth, and if you haven't, I hope you'll have the opportunity this summer. 1-800-443-1999. At whatever level you can subscribe at, remember, it gets you on that list that will get you invited to any special events, or at least notified of any special events that we have with the cast this summer. For the last 2 years, we've been very fortunate in having them come and visit us, and we look forward to this summer. It kind of makes our summer. We have a heck of a good time. They're fantastic people, and I think you're going to enjoy the 8th series probably as much, if not more, than any series they've ever done, quite simply because they've used all of the great writing they have, plus the new technology, and it is quite remarkable. Okay, enjoy and call.
One of the reasons KCTS is so successful is because we have a really terrific group of volunteers. And I'm sitting here right now with Charles Collins from the Boeing Company, one of our best groups of volunteers, and the company that is incredibly supportive of KCTS. Hi, Charles. How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Charles, is this the first time you've been down here with us?
Yeah, this is the first time. It's a function of the Boeing Management Association, and this is really a fascinating experience, and it's a wonderful opportunity to show the public what we have and also to raise some money.
Well, we're really glad to have you in Boeing Management Association. See, I should have picked up on that. Wanted to ask you, what is your favorite kind of programming on KCTS?
Actually, I have three shows that I really like. I like Masterpiece Theater. I like the McNeil-Lair Report. It's just excellent. And recently, I've become acclimated to Teletubbies. And I watch this with my granddaughter, Samantha, at home, and she just is asphyxiated by it. It's just fascinating.
Well, we want to thank you and the rest of the Boeing Company that are here with us this afternoon and invite you all to please go to the phones, become a subscriber. That's your way of volunteering, so do it now.
Okay, we've got time. Let's do the premiums one more time, then a reminder, and then a little bit about the 3rd episode. There are 8 episodes, by the way, in Series 8. Only 7 and 8 had 8 episodes. The others had 6, so we got lucky. We got 8 this time. Okay, the 2 Infinity license plate holders. If you're a Red Dwarfer and you want the following policeman to know that you are, then that'd be at the $45 level. Maybe he'll be nice to you. Who knows? The Red Dwarf 1999 T-shirt, extra large, only at the $60 level. This is the last of an honored series of T-shirts. These have been going on for 10 years, friends. 10 years. And this is the last one. If we have a T-shirt next year, it will be far different from this. So it's something to keep, I think. The 2 videos, the Swirly Thing Alert, the outtakes of Red Dwarf, and Smegheads in Seattle, Danny John Jules and Craig Charles' visit to Seattle last summer. That's at the $100 level. And the Red Dwarf Super Combo, the license plate holders, the T-shirt, the 2 videos, and the Red Dwarf pin. Don't forget the Red Dwarf pin at the $150 level. Now, the 3rd episode, by the way, we're not going to take a long time for each break tonight. We're just not going to do that. So you'll have a fair amount of time to call in your subscription, but we're not going to keep you out here talking to you while you want to see the 8th series of Red Dwarf. We understand that. I want to see it, too, because I didn't get to see it this time. You really are right. I'm right with you. I'm seeing it for the first time myself. Episode 3. The only thing I'll say is the Dibblies don't go away. 1-800-443-1999. Here we go, Episode 3 of Series 8 of the one and only Red Dwarf. You are watching the 8th series of Red Dwarf. By the way, you're seeing these almost as soon as they see them in the United Kingdom. It's my information that the BBC is carrying these on the main BBC channels in the United Kingdom right now. So, you know, we're doing pretty good on getting these here to you on time, at least as soon as they get them done. That was episode 3. There are a total of 8. So we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 coming up, and we're going to repeat number 4 at about 10:15 to kind of get people up to speed again that maybe tune in late. Okay, 1-800-443-1999. The premiums that we're offering tonight are the premiums that you will be receiving, of course. That's the license plate, the 2 Infinity license plates at the $45 level. The Red Dwarf 1999 T-shirt at the $60 level. This is the last T-shirt in a 10-year series. They will not be this way again. We will not reprint these. There will be no more of them. So if you'd like to have it, it's the last at the $60 level. And of course, it is numbered number 8, Series 8. The 2 videos that we are able to offer you, the Swirly Thing Alert and Smegheads in Seattle. The Swirly Thing Alert is the outtakes of Red Dwarf, and Smegheads in Seattle is the trip that Danny John Jules and Craig Charles made to Seattle last summer. And we followed them around with a camera, and they had a really good time, and you will too watching the tapes. They're at the $100 level. The Red Dwarf Super Combo, the license plate holders, the T-shirt, the 2 videos, and the Red Dwarf pin, right there at the $150 level. So if you'd like to take advantage of that, please do. Now, so you understand, we were supposed to have Robert Llewellyn here in the studio tonight. It didn't happen. There were conditions that he simply could not overcome. He was planning on being here as late as like last Monday. So we're sorry about that. We wish he was here because he's a delightful man. We hope to have Craig Charles here, or excuse me, Chris Berry here and Craig Charles here in July. Now, nothing is definite on that yet. If they are here and if we have an event, and they've been here the last 2 years, we will use the list that is made up of the subscribers tonight to notify you about the event, where it would be and what it would be, okay? We're not issuing tickets. We're not selling tickets. We don't even know if they're going to be here at this point. I've got a note right here from a viewer who called in and said, can George mention if there'll be any Red Dwarf events in Vancouver this year? I don't know. I would sincerely hope so. And if we can work it out, there will be. But right now, we don't know. And that's as honest as I know how to tell you. And also that viewer up in BC said, did we know the libraries in Vancouver carried the Red Dwarf videos? I would hope they do, and I hope you take them out and take them home and watch them too. 1-800-443-1999. We hope you're enjoying Series 8 of Red Dwarf. It is a delight.
This is a distress signal. I'm very distressed. You can probably tell. I'm almost hysterical as it happens. Why? Because television costs money. Look at me. This haircut wasn't cheap. Then there's the cost of vacuuming cyberspace. It all adds up. Which is where you come in. Time for you to pledge as much as you can. Pledge money like it was going out of fashion. Which incidentally, it is. And help keep Red Dwarf on your local public television station.
Hope you're enjoying all the special effects. Some of you out there might be thinking, well, I'm already a subscriber, but are you? I don't know about y'all, but I know that things I do once a year sometimes tend to slip my mind. So in case you're wondering, if you no longer see a copy of KCTS magazine lying around the house, it might be time for you to re-up your membership. We only ask that you do it once a year, and if this is the kind of programming you like, this is the time to give us a call and do it. Give us a call at 1-800-443-1999. When you become a subscriber, you will get, as you see on the graphic, the KCTS magazine, 12 issues of wonderful information about the programming here at KCTS, and as well as all the other stuff that you've been watching and the repeat schedule and all that good stuff. So please, go to the phones now and give us a call.
I love the response I'm hearing right now. I've got people all around me taking pledges now, and that is excellent. So much rides on what you do tonight here at KCTS. Let me tell you about some of the, just what the meaning is, the money that you are sending in. When KCTS goes to buy programs and goes to produce programs, almost 3/4 of that budget comes from you. Look at that, 71%. That's the broadcast income. Now, there are other sources, of course, like Corporation of Public Broadcasting and U.S. Congress and other organizations, of course, the corporations and the corporate match and so forth. But so much of that money, almost 3/4 of it, comes from you. That's why it's so important that we have these pledge drives. That's why it's so important that we come to you and ask you to call in. When you make your pledge, don't forget you can put it on plastic as well. You can charge it to MasterCard, American Express, Discover, or Visa. Any one of those. What that does is it gets the money going to work for KCTS immediately. No fumbling around with the paperwork, administrative stuff, and so forth. It goes right to work. But however you make your pledge, please pick up the phone now and join those thousands of others who are calling in right now at this number to become members of KCTS.
By the way, when Robert Llewellyn called and told us that he would not be here tonight from London, Paula Nemzek, who can get just a little pushy, said, okay, but you got to promise to be here next year. And he did. So we can look forward to next year for Robert Llewellyn and hopefully this summer for Chris Berry and Craig Charles. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're trying to get done here. And to create a list that you'll be notified when they get here and what kind of events we have planned. Once again, I wish we could make this more definite and say, yes, they're going to be here. Can't say that because nothing is definite yet. I can't even be definite about events because if they are not here, there won't be. Okay? One thing I can tell you, however, for you Red Dwarf fans, the show will be stripped, what we call stripped in July. That would be like Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock until that whole 8th series. And whether or not they will go through series 1 through 8, I think that's what they intend to do. All 63 or 4 of them episodes. So we will start with 1 and we will go through 64. That should be quite a July, shouldn't it? And August. 1-800-443-1999. Please call. Get yourself on that list. If we do have an event, you'll want to be there.
We frequently get asked the question why we pledge and why we spend so much time pledging. Well, the truth of it is we spend only 2% of total programming time doing pledge drives, and the reason we do it is very simple. It's because they work. It's because it gives you folks a chance to vote on the kind of programming you want to see more of here at KCTS. So if you like this kind of programming, this is the time to go to your phones, go to your wallets, go to your checkbooks, and make that phone call. Cast your vote and let us know that this is what you want to see more of, because that way we'll just keep on bringing you this kind of programming when we pledge. So please, become a subscriber today. Call at 1-800-443-1999.
I want to take a second and talk to the folks in British Columbia because, you know, KCTS has been a part of British Columbia life since, well, 1966, which is when we used that as a selling point in my family to tell my mother we got to get Cablevision in here, and so we got KCTS. And that is one of the reasons why you've got to think about it right now. In British Columbia, KCTS has been there for you for well over 30 years. Now it's time for you to be there for KCTS. Pick up the phone right now, make your pledge, and become a member of KCTS.
Yes, please. Okay, very quickly, the premiums we're offering, the license plates. The only other license plates I can remember us offering were from Rumpole of the Bailey, She Who Must Be Obeyed. And I was driving across the University Bridge one day, and this lady was driving in front of me in a recreational vehicle and had 3 little kids in the back seat, and on the license plate, She Who Must Be Obeyed. And she turned around to those kids and went like that, and you could just see, She Who Must Be Obeyed, and the kids sat right down. It was perfect, absolutely perfect. Anyway, these are Infinity Welcomes Careful Drivers from Red Dwarf, and these are at the $45 level. The Red Dwarf t-shirt, extra large only. It is the last in a series of 10. Over 10 years, we've been bringing you this Red Dwarf t-shirt, and I know a lot of you have got the first 9. A lot of you have got the first 9. Well, maybe you better pick up number 10 because there will be no more. This is it. Very definitely, there will be no additional Red Dwarf shirts next year, so at least not of this kind. So if you want this one at the $60 level, the 2 videos, Swirly Thing Alert, Smegheads in Seattle, that's at the $100 level, and the Red Dwarf Super Combo at the $150 level. I hope that all of those meet your approval and will meet your budget in some way or another so that you can take something home from what promises to be a I was going to say a delightful night on KCTS and KYVE. I think more a hilarious night would probably be a lot closer to it. We're going to be changing volunteers behind us, only because you worked these people to a frazzle, as a matter of fact. But I did want to say a very special thank you to Chuck Walters and to the Boeing Management Association. The Boeing Management Association, under the leadership of Chuck Walters, who is right there. That's him right there. I finally got the finger right and pointed in the right direction for a change. That's something. That's a step in the right direction for me. They've been here for 13 years. 13 years. These people come down to help us out, and we frankly look forward to their visit each and every year, and a sincere thank you to them. I'd ask them to give themselves a round of applause, but they're all talking to you. That's the best news I know what to bring to you, okay? We go now to episode 4 of the 8th series of Red Dwarf on KCTS and KYVE. What a night.
Local broadcast of this program on KCTS is made possible in part by
Attachmate Corporation, offering Attachmate eVantage Host Access Management Solutions for the new world of e-business. Attachmate, the advantage of information.
Check out the very end of the credits. You'll see 1999 done in Roman numerals, maybe for the first time. Little bits, little bits. Attachmate is our new group of volunteers who'll be taking your telephone calls. A couple of corrections. My fault, okay? Blame me. Swirly Thing Alert is not the outtakes of Red Dwarf, one of the 2 videos. Swirly Thing Alert is the visit that Robert Llewellyn and Craig Charles spent in Seattle in the Northwest 2 years ago. So that's their visit, and the Smegheads in Seattle is last year's visit of Craig Charles and Danny John Jules. Okay? All right. The other thing that I want to make sure you understand, and I did not make it clear to you, those of you who subscribe to Red Dwarf during December, are also on the list for any event that we have with the cast of Red Dwarf in this coming year, okay? So don't think we're ignoring you or just going by you. We're not. You're on that list, and you're there, okay? All right, and my apologies for not making that clear from the very beginning. As I say, that's my fault. So if you want to get mad at somebody, get mad at me. I'm used to it. Okay, the subscriptions, the 2 Infinity license plate holders at the $45 level, the Red Dwarf T-shirt, which I think is probably our #1 subscription right now, is the Red Dwarf T-shirt is the last in a 10-year series. The planet goes away. Now, what the new T-shirt will be, I don't know, and I'm sure we'll have one, but it won't be this one. And this is the last in a series of 10 years. So it has the Series 8 on it, 1999, March of 1999, but you won't see this T-shirt or this style of T-shirt anymore for Red Dwarf. Sorry. $60 level for the T-shirt, the 2 videos that I just talked about. At the $100 level, the 2 visits to Seattle by the cast of Red Dwarf. And then the Red Dwarf Super Combo, the license plate holders, the T-shirt, the 2 videos, and the Red Dwarf pin at the $150 level. I hope you're enjoying this. One of the things that we ran into in getting ready for tonight was trying to get a handle on the first 8 episodes of Series 8, and we got from the internet, we got the storyline for the first 3. But that's all that had been shown in the United Kingdom up to that point today. So there are no further storylines. They want you to find out by watching it, not getting it in the internet. I'm sure the storylines will appear as soon as those shows are shown in the United Kingdom, but you're seeing this series really just as fast as the folks over in the United Kingdom are watching it on the BBC. And as you can see, we're getting it from BBC America for public television, and we're very, very pleased that we've gotten it for you. You make it possible. The dollars you subscribed a year ago are paying for it now, and we appreciate it. I know you do because you're having a really good night. 1-800-443-1999. Wherever you are in Canada or Washington, if you want to get on that list for any possible event with the cast of Red Dwarf this summer, you call and subscribe at whatever level you can. If you can get one of the premiums, do it. You'll love them. If not, then you do what you can do. But get on that list because we have a heck of a good time when they get here. And if you were there last year or the year before, you know I'm telling the truth. 1-800-443-1999. It's Red Dwarf Night.
Oh, that makes me dizzy. I don't know how the actors can stand in the picture either. Hey, you know, I can never understand why 1999 isn't IMM in Roman numerals. Maybe somebody can explain that to me. I don't know. Hey, you know, George mentioned that it was your dollars that you pledged in the past year that has made it possible to bring over the 8th series of Red Dwarf. Well, think about that. That is where the money comes from. Almost 3/4 of the KCTS budget comes from you, the viewer. There are the other sources. We mentioned that before, but you're responsible for over 71% of the broadcast income. That is a major consideration here, and especially as you're sitting there and you're enjoying Red Dwarf, and maybe you're, you know, a big smeghead, as so many people are around here. Have you made your contribution? Have you made your pledge? Charge it. Put it on plastic. Puts the money to work directly to KCTS, and also, by the way, speeds up how fast we can get your premiums to you. So think about that. Keep that in mind as you sit down and pick up the phone and make that pledge now. 1-800-443-1999 or IMM.
In addition to listening to these two incredibly handsome gentlemen and myself talk to you this afternoon, one more of the benefits of membership is the KCTS magazine. It is one of the largest circulation magazine in the United States, and well, in Washington and in Canada, and it is printed completely on recycled paper. Your membership gets you 12 issues, which include the 24-hour day schedule, so you can plan your KCTS viewing day, as well as the repeat schedule, which is incredibly helpful if you manage to miss something or you just want to catch something again, because programs obviously are rerun. As well as, if you take the label from your KCTS magazine into any one of our 3 Channel 9 stores, either in Rainier Square, the Redmond Town Center, or University Village, you will receive a discount on any of the wonderful stuff that they have at our Channel 9 stores. So please, go to your phones now, give us a call at 1-800-443-1999. Become a subscriber today.
Love hearing them bells. I really do, I tell you. You know, it is your involvement. It's more than your involvement. It's your commitment. Those of you who love Red Dwarf, you look forward to seeing it on your public television station. Not only that, you step forward and you support it. That's what public television's all about. You find a favorite program or a favorite type of program, and you support it, and what happens? You get more of it. And that's not just a promise or a come on to get you to go to the telephone, because we've been promising you more Red Dwarf for 9 years, and we've delivered. Every one of the series has been seen on KCTS and KYVE. Every single series, 1 through 8. Now, I mentioned this in the very first break, and if for some of you weren't with us, as you know, last year we were talking about, gosh, we're going to get Series 8, but after that, they're going to go to movies. And even Craig Charles said when he was here last year, it doesn't look like there'll be a Series 9. After Series 8, we're going to go to movies. Well, they are still talking movies, but they're writing Series 9. So I don't know. It looks to me like either they're going to convert Series 9 into a movie, or they're going to have a Series 9 and a movie. And did you notice, have you noticed yet, and I think you probably have in the first 4 episodes, the extensive extension of the sets, the costumes, the lighting. Somebody in the United Kingdom discovered that Red Dwarf was popular around the world and decided, let's put a little money behind this and really make it a classy show, and they're doing a great job. Hope you're enjoying it. Give us a call.
For those of you who might be thinking, I've seen that woman before, that is Geraldine McEwen from the Map and Lucia series. So that is one of the things that's on Masterpiece Theater. We have Nova, we have Washington Week in Review, we have an unbelievably diverse group of programs here at KCTS. For all of you in Washington and in BC, we have something that appeals to each and every one of you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be joining us here this afternoon. So please, if this is the kind of programming you like, go to your phones and give us a call now, 1-800-443-1999. Cast your vote. Let us know that you want to see more of this kind of programming. Give us a call.
We are halfway through the new series. We've done the first 4 episodes. 5, 6, 7, and 8 remain, and we're going to do a repeat on number 4, the program that was just on, the episode that was just on, and we will do that one at about 10:15 for those of you who might have gotten in a little bit late. Then I also want to mention to you, if you got in late, that we will be airing this as a regular program at 11, I believe 11 o'clock. Check your 9 magazine, check the newspaper, check TV Guide, check something. In July, we will be airing this as a regular program. So you can see it without us, okay? But you will be able to see it as a regular program on KCTS and KYVE. We wouldn't do that to Red Dwarf fans any other way, okay? We now go to episode number 5. Do the premiums first. All right, here's what we have for you tonight. Remember, if you call and subscribe at one of these levels, you're automatically on the list for any events that we have with the cast this summer. The 2 Infinity license plate holders at the $45 level, the Red Dwarf 99 T-shirt, the last of a series of 10 at the $60 level, the 2 videos, Swirly Thing Alert and Smegheads in Seattle. That is the 1997 visit of Craig Charles and Robert Llewellyn, and the 1998 visit of Danny John Jules and Craig Charles to Seattle. What they did and the trouble they got into and everything else. 2 really good tapes at the $100 level. The Red Dwarf Super Combo, the license plate holders, the T-shirt, the 2 videos, and the Red Dwarf pin at the $150 level. Okay, we have seen episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the new 8-part series of Series 8 of Red Dwarf. We go now to episode number 5. You haven't seen it yet? Neither have I. Let's look at it together, shall we? It's nice to have Attachmate here tonight. They were our partner, if you will, in underwriting the first performance from the Benaroya Performance Hall of the Seattle Symphony, correct? Correct. And we obviously are very grateful for their involvement and their commitment to public television, which is about what I'm going to ask you to do right now, make a commitment to public television if you're a Red Dwarf fan. Okay, here are the premiums that we're offering tonight, and I remind you that if you subscribe tonight, or if you subscribed last December during Red Dwarf, you're on a list. You'll be notified if any of the members of the cast appear in this area this summer and we have an event, you will be notified of that. Okay, so if you are not on that list, if you didn't subscribe in December, if you haven't subscribed tonight, you need to make a phone call right now to 1-800-443-1999. Pick up any one of the premiums you want, the 2 Infinity license plate holders at the $45 level, the Red Dwarf 1999 T-shirt for Series 8. This is the last time we will have this this T-shirt. We've had this T-shirt now for 10 years through all 8 series. We're going to change the T-shirt, and it will we'll probably have a T-shirt, but it won't be like this. So this is the last one in a series, and a rather famous one around the Northwest, if I do say so myself. The $60 level for the T-shirt, the 2 videos, Swirly Thing Alert, which was Craig Charles and Robert Llewellyn's visit here in 1997, and then the Smegheads in Seattle, which was last year's visit of Craig Charles and Danny John Jules. They are good tapes. They are great tapes. They really are. These guys had a wonderful time here, and we got it all on tape for you. You'll enjoy having them. And it's something that other Red Dwarf viewers around the world do not have. Only here. Only here. If you're looking for something that's really unique in Red Dwarf memorabilia, this is it. The Red Dwarf Super Combo, the license plate holders, the T-shirt, the 2 videos, and a Red Dwarf pin. And the only way you can get the pin is at the $150 level. I just happen to have one here on my coat. I'll lose it before the night's over. 1-800-443-1999. Please make the telephone calls right now. We have got 3 episodes to go. That's right, isn't it? Yeah, 3 more. 6, 7, and 8, and then we're going to repeat number 4. So if you got in late on Red Dwarf, a couple of things. We're going to have 4 more episodes for you, and then we will strip this in July. In other words, it will be part of our regular broadcast schedule. So don't think that we're just doing this on pledge. You'll have your opportunity of seeing it without our presence in it, okay? 1-800-443-1999. Please give us a call.
I tried to say I love you. It sounded like nobody-doo.
Well, as George said, we here in Seattle and our BC viewers as well here at KCTS are very unique. One of the things that makes us unique is that 71%, this is a really high percentage, 71% of the dollars we use for broadcast and acquisition of programming like that you've been watching this afternoon comes from you, the individual subscriber. We have other sources of income, but this is by far the largest and the most important source of income, and it comes from all of you viewers. So this is why it is so important to go to your phone. Give us a call at 1-800-443-1999, and if you charge it, we're able to keep more of your subscription money here at the station, which is excellent. We do take the 4 regular credit cards like you see on your screen right now, and you can use your debit card as well. So please, make this the night you become a subscriber or you re-up your subscription. Give us a call now, 1-800-443-1999.
Maybe you're sitting at home, be it in Washington State or British Columbia, and you're thinking to myself, hey, no worries, I made my pledge months ago. Ask yourself, how many months ago was it that you made your pledge? Are you still getting 9 magazine, or as we're now calling it, KCTS magazine? Good questions, because if you're not, that means that your pledge has run out. Your subscription has run out. And just the same way that you need your regular paycheck, your regular income all the time, costs keep on going for KCTS, and so indeed does the need for money. That's why we keep coming to you for these pledges. That's why we ask you, are you still a subscriber? Remember, KCTS magazine brings you all sorts of interesting background information on the stories of the shows that are coming up, little details that you don't normally get on the shows, but it's always interesting to get that behind-the-scenes kind of stuff, and of course, the schedule of what's coming up when during each month. So, if it's been a while since you've gotten KCTS magazine or 9 magazine prior to this, you know it, maybe it's time to check and make sure that you are still a subscriber. And if not, pick up the phone now and join us here at KCTS.
Every once in a while you see a little head move along there. That's Edward and Nathan, and they're picking up the pledge, the subscription forms, and taking them to the people who take them upstairs so they can be processed. They are a very big help tonight. They are indeed. Okay, the premiums that we're offering, the 2 Infinity license plate holders at the $45 level, the T-shirt at the $60 level, the 2 videos, which I think is probably taken over as our #1 premium. The 2 videos are of the visits that members of the cast have made here in the Northwest. The Swirly Thing Alert is Robert Llewellyn and Craig Charles' 1997 visit, and Smegheads in Seattle is Craig Charles and Danny John Jules' 1998 visit to Seattle. They are good. They're great films. They really are. If you're a Red Dwarf fan and you got all the memorabilia in the world, if you haven't got these tapes, you don't have something that no one else in the world has. Seriously, we gave them to the cast members, and that's it. They are only in this market, so you've got something that is really unique for if you're a Red Dwarf buff, if you will. The Red Dwarf Super Combo at the $150 level, the license plate holders, the T-shirt, 2 videos, and the Red Dwarf pin at the $150 level. Robert Llewellyn was supposed to be here tonight. We planned on him all the way through like Monday of last week, and then he had to cancel. He has promised to be here next year. Okay. We are very, very honored to have Attachmate taking care of your telephone calls this evening. They are the 2nd largest software company in the state of Washington, and frankly, they are the largest privately owned software company in the United States. I guess probably that would be in the world, I suppose. We are very pleased to have Mary Harwood, who is the Vice President of Worldwide Marketing and Corporate Relations of Attachmate. Here she is.
Corporations have a very serious obligation to their larger community, and that engagement can take a number of different avenues, and I think Attachmate tries to follow all of them. One of them certainly is financial sponsorship. That's one way we can help. Another one is to provide expertise, leadership on boards or committees. And then certainly and finally another area is to make it very attractive and possible for our employees to volunteer their time, which is probably equal to all the rest. One of the reasons we're associating particularly with Red Dwarf is because we think it's very intelligent humor. It's a lot of fun, and it's another example of quality programming to one customer set. So we would hope that anybody watching this program would share our enthusiasm, pick up that phone, and give a pledge so this program can stay very viable to a lot of us for many years to come.
We're fortunate here at KCTS to have a really large viewer family, which of course includes all of our friends in BC. And we know that all of you folks are tuning in tonight, so we know you're special fans of Red Dwarf. And we want to welcome you and to invite those of you who may have let your membership lapse to please come on back. We know that you've chased us around the dial for the last couple of years, but we're here to stay, and we want you folks to come back. We value you as subscribers, and we value your input as to what kind of programming you like, because obviously a lot of our programming is especially suited to the unique group we have. So please go to your phones now and give us a call at 1-800-443-1999. Become a new member or re-up your subscription now and join up.
Hey, I'll tell you something right now. It is pretty dashed loud here. So when you are calling in to make your pledge, please speak up, because I'm hearing quite a few times people have to ask, you know, can you say that again? Can you speak a little louder, please? We're in the happy position of having so many bells ringing around here right now that we've got to get you to speak up. Now, I was thinking, you know, I've been coming down here doing these pledge drives for KCTS for 14 years, since 1985. Why do I keep doing it? Why do my bosses at CFAX Radio in Victoria say, okay, yeah, take that day off, we'll cover for you and come on down and take part? Because we believe in it. We believe in what public broadcasting means and what it means to our community in British Columbia. And very simply, it is the commercial-free, high-quality programming that covers the whole gamut of types of programming, from children's programming to science to current affairs, and it is so important to all of us in British Columbia. So please, pick up that phone right now. Give us the call, 800-443-1999.
Okay, very briefly, I want to tell you what we're trying to plan for this summer. All of this is tentative. None of it is done yet. It simply isn't. And for me to promise you an event this summer simply would not be accurate, not at this point. We are doing everything we possibly can to get Chris Berry here. Chris Berry has never appeared, to my knowledge, on any public television station in North America. We want to be the first one, and we want you to be the recipients of it. So we're going for Chris Berry and Craig Charles to come over here in July. We don't know if it's going to happen. Here's how you're going to find out. If we have them here, we will have an event of some kind, somewhere, okay? And here's how you're going to find out. If you subscribed during the Red Dwarf Marathon in December, when I was up in the hospital doing my thing, or if you're subscribing tonight, you are on a list, and it's a list of people that will be notified when and if all of this comes to fruition. And as I say, we're working on it almost on a daily basis. Craig Berry's a little bit, or excuse me, Chris Berry's a little bit of a problem in that he doesn't fly. Well, the United Kingdom's a long way away for a walk. You know, get the boats out or something. We're working on it. We are working on it. Wouldn't it be fun to have him here and have a whole night of just, you know, beating up? Oh, that'd be wonderful. Okay, we are going to episode 6. We have 3 brand new ones left, 6, 7, and 8. Coming up next is number 6. 1-800-443-1999 is the number you want to call during the next break to make sure you're on that list. If you're a Red Dwarf fan, that's the only place you want to be right now. Let's go to episode 6 of the 8th series of Red Dwarf. That was Pete Part 1, and Pete Part 2 will be next, okay? And you're going to see all 8 of the Series 8 of Red Dwarf tonight on KCTS and KYVE. We've waited 2 years. We actually they started work on this 8th series 3 years ago, and they promised them for 1 year, 2 years, and now we get them. And actually, you're seeing them almost as fast as the people in the United Kingdom are seeing them. They had shown 3 as of last night. 3 episodes of the new series. We're showing you all 8 tonight, and Pete Part 2 will be next. Okay, so everybody understands, if you tuned in late, if you're a Red Dwarf fan and you're going, boy, what, are they there? And no, they're not here tonight. Robert Llewellyn was supposed to be canceled out less than a week ago, had to, and nobody's fault. He promised he'll be here next year. We are making every effort to get Chris Berry and Craig Charles here in July. No guarantees, no nothing. But if they do, if they do come over, then we will have an event. And how do you get on the list to be invited to the event, or at least told where it's going to be and told that, you know, you can be there? All right, subscribe in December for Red Dwarf. If you did that, you're on the list. Don't have to worry about it. If you haven't called and subscribed yet at whatever level, then you do that right now, and you go on the list. The premiums that are available, I think we got a nice group for you. We got the 2 Infinity license plates at the $45 level, the last of the Red Dwarf T-shirts. This is the last one that'll have the planet and the rings on it. We've done this for 10 years, each one with the new series, and this has March 1999 Series 8, it will be the last Red Dwarf T-shirt of this type that we will have. That's at the $60 level. The two videos, the Swirly Thing Alert is Robert Llewellyn and Craig Charles' visit to Seattle in 1997, and the Smegheads in Seattle is the video of Craig Charles and Danny John Jules' 1998 visit to Seattle. Two videos that no other Red Dwarf fans anywhere in the world have. Those are at the $100 level, and the Red Dwarf Super Combo at the $150 level. The license plate holders, the T-shirt, the two videos, and the Red Dwarf pin. Okay, that's everything, gang. So that's where we stand right now on the Red Dwarf, and as I said, we're making every effort to get them here this summer. We'll keep you up to date as best we can, okay? Right now, nothing, okay? But if it happens, you'll be on that list. And if you were here in 97, 98 for the Red Dwarf events, you had a very, very good time. I was there, and I had a good time with you. So you know that if you're on that list and we have the events, it'll be something worth going to and something worth being on the list for, okay? Enough sense? Enough. 1-800-443-1999. Wherever you are in Washington or British Columbia, that's the number that gets you in here. The dollars that are subscribed from Central Washington tonight, they go to support KYVE in Yakima, the public television station that brings all this wonderful programming to you. That's the way it should be. 1-800-443-1999. Let's go, let's go.
This is a distress signal. I'm very distressed. You can probably tell. I'm almost hysterical as it happens. Why? Because television costs money. Look at me. This haircut wasn't cheap. Then there's the cost of vacuuming cyberspace. It all adds up. Which is where you come in. Time for you to pledge as much as you can. Pledge money like it was going out of fashion. Which incidentally, it is. And help keep Red Dwarf on your local public television station.
You heard him. Television costs money. It costs money over and over and over again. Why do we do these pledge drives? Very simply because this is the way KCTS gets money, by coming to you. We don't run ads, and isn't that one of the selling points, pardon the expression, of public television? You don't get commercials coming in and busting up the show and making you hold that thought for the next 2 minutes while we sell you something, okay? No, no, no. The pledge drives are here so that you can phone in and make your pledge to make sure that the money keeps coming through. It's only when you get right down to it, because I know so many people say to me, oh, no, not another pledge drive. No, 2% of the programming on KCTS is pledge. That's why it's so important. You pick up the phone now, get on the line, 800-443-1999, and become a member of KCTS right now.
Tempus fugit, time flies, and if you're unsure of how much time has flown since you last subscribed, look around your house and see if you have a current copy of KCTS magazine. If you do, you're probably still a subscriber. If you don't, it may be time to give us a call again. It's the surest way of knowing. Give us a call at 1-800-443-1999. Your membership gets you 12 issues of KCTS magazine, which is chock full of excellent information about your favorite programs here at Channel 9 KCTS. So please go to your phones right now and give us a call, 1-800-443-1999.
I hope our volunteers from Attachmate will come back. We're working them pretty hard. You're working them pretty hard. Good for you. Good for you. A couple of things that you need to know if you've joined us late. You know, we always, when we get a new series of Red Dwarf, we always pledge it. We always have one night where we just run them one right after another, including all the credits. So you have the opportunity of doing whatever you do at home while those shows are on. And the thing that I want to tell you is that we're not going to just do that. I mean, we're going to run this series as part of our regular schedule. So you can enjoy Red Dwarf, and it'll be in July. It will probably be at the 11 o'clock time slot where our British sitcoms have traditionally been. You just watch the schedules, and it will be every one of them, by the way, all 64 episodes, starting with 1 and going all the way through series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 until we're done with them, which should take us pretty well into September, it seems to me. But if you want to see those without us, then you'll have that opportunity. Okay? 1-800-443-1999. If you are not on that list, on that Red Dwarf list for any possible events this summer, by golly, you want to be. You really do. We have a heck of a good time, and everybody, even the thousands who went to Heck Edmondson Pavilion in 1997, had an absolute ball. I've never seen a crowd that big have that good a time. And Craig Charles and Robert Llewellyn were two, I think, who probably had the best time of all. Give us a call at 1-800-443-1999, and hopefully we might even have an event this year for you to go to. Hope so.
I tried to say I love you. It sounded like nobody-doo. What did you say? I'm Mermy, Mermy. Mermy, Mermy. I'm Mermy, Mermy. Mermy, Mermy.
It's joked about around here quite often that I am the DC, the designated Canadian at these pledge drives. And it's an important position to play because, after all, British Columbia, this is our station too. It's been part of our lives for like 33, 34 years now. And not just coming in off air, but coming in through Cablevision. It's one of the reasons why a lot of people got Cablevision in the mid to late 60s was because you could get public broadcasting. It was called NET at that time, but it was still KCTS, and it's the same KCTS that we have now. It has been a part of our lives in British Columbia for so long, and we are very much a part of it. So it's not one of those cases where it's a station that's based in Los Angeles or New York or some far-off place that doesn't respond to what we want. It's just as important for British Columbia and to hear from British Columbians and for British Columbians to have that input in KCTS as it is for people in Washington. So that's another really good reason. Pick up the phone, make your pledge now at 1-800-443-1999.
I'm here with another one of our marvelous volunteers. This is Tiffany Alicina from Attachmate. Hi, Tiffany.
Hi.
So what do you do with Attachmate?
I run the public relations department.
Ooh, that's kind of big, isn't it? I mean, that's, you guys are responsible for doing all the wonderful little spots we've been seeing and stuff like that?
Yeah, with some help from the marketing department.
Yes, I always need help from marketing department, as we well know. Tiffany, what kind of programming here at Channel 9 KCTS do you like?
Well, I'd have to say I really like the long series like Brideshead Revisited and I, Claudius and The Prisoner, which you guys haven't shown for a long time, so hopefully you'll bring it back.
Well, this is a woman with some serious commitment. She likes the long ones. Well, we want to thank Tiffany and all of our friends from Attachmate for sitting here on what has been, thanks to all of you, a very busy evening. Please keep on calling. Those of you who have not yet become a subscriber or who have let your subscription lapse, call now, 1-800-443-1999.
Pardon me if we puff the chest out just a little bit, but during this past week, KCTS and KYVE were informed that the Bill Nye Science Guy show has received 8 nominees for national Emmys, more nominations than any other public television program. Bill Nye the Science Guy, just for your information, you often wonder, how come you're always asking us for money? Well, one of the reasons is to come up with additional funding so that we could take a flyer with the very initial broadcast of Bill Nye the Science Guy. That one pilot film caught the attention of Buena Vista, which is a division of the Walt Disney Company, and as a result, Bill Nye the Science Guy is seen on every public television station and a commercial station in almost every major market, over 500 stations. You made that possible, and this station in being made that possible. That's what we do with your money, and we're darn proud of the Bill Nye crew and Bill himself. They did a fantastic job and certainly gave us something worthwhile and something to crow about. Okay, speaking of crowing, let's go to episode 7 in this 8-part, 8th series of Red Dwarf. It is Pete Part 2. If you'll remember, the chicken had turned into a dinosaur. Oh, you'll pick it up.
Local broadcast of this program on KCTS is made possible in part by
Attachmate Corporation, offering Attachmate eVantage Host Access Management Solutions for the migration to e-business. Attachmate, the advantage of information.
We're very pleased that Attachmate is underwriting the broadcast of tonight's Red Dwarf Marathon. They're taking care of all of the expenses that it goes on to turn the lights on. which means that all the dollars you subscribe go to support the program. And by the way, this is something I don't know if you know or not. Maybe you're not even interested, but we are. Red Dwarf is the only series on public television in this station that is underwritten totally and completely by the viewers. There's no corporate underwriter for the acquisition of Red Dwarf. Only one group of people support that, and that's you with your annual subscriptions to Red Dwarf marathons. That's what we use the dollars out of this to go get that, okay? And that's really the way it happens. And this is the only program series that we have on television that doesn't have a corporate underwriter, if you will, or if it has an underwriter, it's a corporate underwriter. Not here. Only viewers like you. All right. We have a couple of more breaks after this. We have the last of the 8th series coming up, a brand new program, number 8, still to go. And then we're going to repeat, I believe, 4 and 5. Is that right, Stephen? We're going to repeat 4 and 5. The reason for that is the first 3 kind of go together, and then there's 2 that are a two-parter in the middle. So 4 and 5 stand very nicely by themselves. Those are the ones we're going to repeat for you later this evening. Okay. The premiums. The 2 Infinity license plate holders at the $45 level. The Red Dwarf traditional T-shirt. This is, of course, March of '99, Series 8. It's at the $60 level, and it is the last time you'll see our traditional Red Dwarf T-shirt. The globe goes, and the rings around the globe goes. What next year's is going to look like, I have no idea. But this one is retired after 10 years, so if you'd like to have the very last one, that's at the $60 level. The 2 videos that we offer you tonight are 2 that were made here by the cast of the Red Dwarf. In 1997, the visit of Craig Charles and Robert Llewellyn is what we call Swirly Thing Alert. And then in the commemoration of the 1998 visit of Craig Charles and Danny John Jules, that is the Smegheads in Seattle. That's 2 videos at the $100 level, and it does give you a memorabilia of Red Dwarf that Red Dwarf fans around the world don't have. This is totally unique, and just to this particular audience and this particular market. The Red Dwarf Super Combo. I'll get it out before it's done. The license plate holders, the T-shirt, and the 2 videos, and the Red Dwarf pen at the $150 level. Don't listen to me anymore. Go to the telephone and give us a call. If you want to be on the list for any possible event coming up this summer, we're moving heaven and earth to get Chris Berry here in July. Nothing definite yet. Nothing. Okay? No promises, no nothing. Except we're working on it almost on a daily basis. Craig Charles, hopefully, too. And if we have them here, we will have an event. And you folks who subscribe tonight, and those of you who subscribed in December during the Red Dwarf Marathon, you will be notified of that event. So don't worry about it, all right? Give us a call, 1-800-443-1999. Come on, get on the phone.
In addition to tremendous programming that even the UK is only getting piecemeal, and we're getting to see in its entirety tonight, you will also get with your subscription 12 issues of KCTS magazine, which is one of the largest circulation magazines in Washington and BC, and is printed on recycled paper for those of you who are into all the green stuff. And in addition, as if that's not enough, if you take your magazine into any one of the 3 Channel 9 stores, you can get a discount on the merchandise that is offered there, and there's just a bunch of really terrific stuff for gifts and for your own use. Our stores are at Rainier Square, Redmond Town Center, and the University Village. So if you haven't done so already, please take this opportunity and give us a call, 1-800-443-1999.
I have rarely laughed as hard as I just laughed in that last episode of Red Dwarf. This is one of the reasons why I'm so much a supporter of public broadcasting, and why you should be too. That's why you're watching, right? It's because you get shows like this. And when you take the viewing day and you think of all the different age groups and all the different kinds of people who can get something out of public broadcasting, you're doing it for yourself, certainly. You're doing it for the other people also who enjoy it. I mean, I think of my children. They've gone through they've run the gamut of Reading Rainbow, Mr. Rogers, and Barney, and Sesame Street, and all up the line there. My parents are really into the British shows that have run through here for over the years, going all the way back to the Forsyte saga, for heaven's sakes. And all of that, all that whole variety, you get it right here on one station. I know we've been surfeited with specialty channels, specialty cable, segmented television programming like that, right here on KCTS. That's all you need. So please, pick up the phone right now, make that call for yourself and for the others. 443-1999, toll free.
Drew mentions the Forsyth Saga. How many of you remember that? It was the program that preceded Masterpiece Theater. When they saw the Forsyth Saga, somebody said, wouldn't it be nice if we had one of these like every week? Well, Masterpiece Theater was the result of the Forsyth Saga. And we still get requests from our viewers to get that program and air it again. And I'm here to tell you something. If the BBC will ever make it available on their catalog, we'll get it. We'll get it. And we've promised our viewers that. BBC owns it. It is not available on their catalog. And that's right where we are with that one. One other thing that I wanted to mention to you, Robert Llewellyn was supposed to be here tonight. Until like last Monday, he was going to be. He had to call and cancel due to obligations that were beyond his control, and truly were. But he has promised that he will be here next year. We never stop. We always keep trying. And you know, someday Chris Berry is going to be in this studio, and I hope he will be here for the first time of any public television station in North America. We want him here, and we're doing everything we can to get it. Okay, the premiums very quickly. The 2 Infinity license plate holders at the $45 level. The Red Dwarf 1999, March 1999 T-shirt, extra large only at the $60 level. The last of the Red Dwarf traditional black and orange and with the globe or the planet and the rings at the $60 level. This is the last one of a 10-year series. 2 videos, Swirly Thing Alert and the Smegheads in Seattle. That commemorates the 2 visits by cast members to Seattle at the $100 level. The Red Dwarf Super Combo is the license plate holder, the T-shirt, the 2 videos, and the Red Dwarf pin, which is right here. Right there, right there. No. You know, every time you get a really good shot of it, and then I go to move it to make it better, and I flare it up, and nobody can read it. My apologies. I should leave these things to the cameramen. They know what they're doing. I don't. 1-800-443-1999. You've been enjoying this all night long, and you haven't called. Come on. Give us a call right now. Take advantage of the premiums, or just call and subscribe at whatever level you want. Get on that list, because if the Red Dwarf cast members get here in July, you're going to want to meet them. You really are.
Yes, you make me lonely, What can I tell you,
I want to thank you up in the booth for that graphic right before me. Thank you so very much for your support. As you heard George say earlier, this program is entirely viewer-supported. Consequently, there is no stronger argument for the fact that individual subscribers make a difference. They make a very large difference here at KCTS. And so we ask you, we believe that all of you out there who tune into KCTS understand and believe in the idea of non-commercial use of the public airwaves. And because that's what KCTS offers, we know that you will support it. Nights like this vindicate us pretty darn well, and we want to thank all of you who have become members tonight or who may have renewed their membership. For those of you who haven't done it yet, there is still time, so please go to the phones now and call 1-800-443-1999 and become one of those individual subscribers that make such a difference.
You know, we are so grateful to the various corporations who support KCTS in however way. We've had the volunteers here from Attachmate who are helping to take the calls, and earlier there was the people from Boeing, and corporations like that do so much. And there is the other way that they help out, and that is through the corporate match program. Now you see these companies on the screen there, and they are now both United States corporations and Canadian corporations, and they will match dollar for dollar, in some cases 2 for 1, your pledge. So when you call in, if you work for any of these companies you see on the screen here sliding past us here, let us know. Let the volunteer answers the call know, because they will make a note of that, and then they can send in for that corporate match in these companies. So take note and see which ones. Thank you very much to these corporations that do that, and thanks to all of you for calling in right now on 800-443-1999. Regardless of whether you got a corporate match, make the call now, please.
Okay, it is so nice to see some new names on that listing. And by the way, that list is so much longer than what we are able to take the time to put up on the screen. If we put them all up, you tune us off, because it would be there for like 15, 20 minutes. It is a long list. So if the name of your company isn't up on that list that you see, ask your personnel director if indeed you are in the matching program. Chances are you are. Companies like to be in the matching program because they like to support the things that their employees support. It is a good connection between employer and employee. If you're not on the list and your personnel officer says, no, we're not, you might ask, why not? and maybe a suggestion to get on the list. 1-800-443-1999 is the number to call right now. We have one more new episode of the 8th series. We waited 3 years for this series. And again, for those of you who have tuned in late, kind of bring you up to date, if you'll remember last year when Craig Charles and Danny John Jules were here, they said, because I asked them directly, will the 8th series be the last one? And the answer was yes, it will be the last series, and then we're going to make movies, or at least a movie, a Red Dwarf movie. Well, the movie talk is still very prevalent, but they're writing the 9th series. And if they have it, we will too. We'll do everything we possibly can to get it to you. So make the call right now, 1-800-443-1999, and we'll set those dollars aside to get you the 9th series, if indeed there is a 9th series. Please give us a call right now, 1-800-443-1999, wherever you are in Washington or Canada, or anywhere in British Columbia. And we thank our BC viewers for calling in. You like this, don't you? Well, so do we. What the heck? Okay, we go now to the 8th and final episode of Series 8. A reminder that we're going to repeat the 4th and 5th episodes after we get done with episode 8. Okay, here we go. The 8th and final one of Series 8. Well, that was the 8th of the 8th series, and that is the last of the 8th series. The ending of it, does that mean there'll be a 9th series, or does that mean they go to movies? The word that we've got is, if you'll remember last year when Danny John Jules and Craig Charles were here, they talked about a movie following the 8th series. Well, they're still talking movie, but they're writing the 9th series, and that we know for sure. So I have a hunch that maybe the end of that particular series sent us a little message. And hopefully we'll be sitting here a year from now talking about the 9th series of Red Dwarf. They sure got a boost in their budget. The production is fantastically much better. I mean, there's a lot of belly laughs in that one, I'm here to tell you. Okay, we've only got 2 more breaks, and this is one of them, all right? If you haven't called, let's get this real straight right now. We are hoping this summer, hopefully in July, that we will have Chris Berry and Craig Charles here in the studio. During July, we're going to be running the Red Dwarf as a regular evening series from the very first program through number 64, which is the one you just saw. And we will run the entire series probably at 11 o'clock at night on the British sitcom slot, and that will be in July. Hopefully during July, Chris Berry and Craig Charles will be here. If they are, we will have an event. Now, how do you get invited to it, or how do you get told about it? Well, if you subscribed in December to the Red Dwarf Marathon, you're already on the list. So just forget it, you're there, all right? If you have called tonight, you're on the list. So you can forget about it. But if you haven't called in December and you haven't called now, you really need to take advantage of these last 2 breaks and get to the telephone and call. If you can call at a premium level, do that. Do that. You'll enjoy the premiums. They're great. We've got the license plate holders. It's for careful drivers from Infinity. Infinity welcomes careful drivers. That's at the $45 level. The last of the Red Dwarf T-shirts. This is the last one of this particular model that we will ever have. It is the 10th year that we've had it, with each one having the series and the year on it. Well, this is it. This is the 10th year. If we have a T-shirt next year, it will be a different one and different design. So this one becomes the last of a well-honored series at the $60 level. The 2 videos of the 2 visits of the stars of Red Dwarf during the last 2 years here to Seattle at the $100 level. This is something that is totally unique to the Northwest. Other Red Dwarf fans around the world do not have it. The Red Dwarf Super Combo at the $150 level is the license plate holders, the T-shirt, the 2 videos, and the ever-loving Red Dwarf pin, which I wear proudly on my lapel here tonight, okay? All right. We've got a good 7 minutes to go. We are going to repeat 2 episodes of the 8th series of Red Dwarf. Number 4 and number 5, that's still coming up here tonight, and we will have 1 break after the first repeat, which will be coming up in just a little bit. But right now, go to the phone. You want to be on the list. If you're a Red Dwarf fan, you want to be on the list. You want to meet these people if they do come here in the summer, and it is a great opportunity for you. most of all, just support the series. You know, if all of your support got us the first 8 series, you think we won't go after the 9th one for you? Come on, give us a break. 1-800-443-1999. Make the call.
Hello. Mr. Rimmer has gone off to pull rank on the chocolate vending machine, leaving me here with a very important task. He said I must work myself into a frenzy of rage with all of you who are still watching but haven't pledged yet. So, here goes. God darn it! Don't leave it up to the other people. Yes, you! Pick up the crude communication device and pledge your support. Red Dwarf is on your local public television station, commercial-free, because of fan support. So be a fan and call now. It'll make all those lovely people in the studio so very happy. Thank you. And apologies for any distress my display of uncensored raw emotion may have caused.
Now, who can argue with that? I mean, really. So, please, get to the phone right now. You know, George was talking about people who pledged in December and so forth. That's fine. You know, you of course don't have to call now, but go back over the months now. When was the last time you did make a pledge to Channel 9? Is your subscription still in force? I mean, have you, like, not gotten your KCTS magazine lately? Note, KCTS magazine, 12 issues. Maybe issue number 12 has come and gone. Better check that. Why do I say this? Well, because just as anything, the costs are continuing for television, so then is the need for money. And so much of the money comes from viewers like you. Now is the time to get on the phone and make sure that your subscription is up to date and that the money is still coming in to KCTS.
I'll bet you didn't know that you are all members of the programming department here at KCTS. You have a very unique relationship with the station, and when you become a subscriber, by calling in during certain programming, we understand that this is the kind of programming you want more of, and so consequently you're helping us do all of our programming tasks. There is no other broadcast entity with whom you have this relationship. I mean, if you were to call up NBC or ABC, frankly, they just wouldn't care. But you can call up KCTS, and by becoming a subscriber or renewing your subscription, you can have a choice in what you watch, and we think that's what you'll do. So please, give us a call tonight, 1-800-443-1999. Make your choice.
You know, when we've had visits from Robert Llewellyn and Craig Charles in 1997 and Danny John Jules and Craig Charles in 1998, on both occasions, after they left Seattle, they went down to San Jose. Now, San Jose has run Red Dwarf as much as KCTS and KYVE have. They never did really well with it as far as a subscription type vehicle until these guys arrived. And now they just jump all over it and they're happy as clams. By the way, Northwest, this station and the viewers that this station has in British Columbia and Washington raises more money from Red Dwarf than any other market in the country. Now, what does that say about you? It says that you love Red Dwarf. It says the station responds to your needs, your desires, your support, because you gave us the support in Series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and we always came back with the next series because we value your support and we value your interest level. If you tell us you like it and you support it, you get it. That's what public television is all about. So please, make the telephone call right now, 1-800-443-1999, and keep your undisputed lead as the #1 market for Red Dwarf in North America. You are.
What did you say?
One of the many things I like about being a member of KCTS is that on the times when I come down to Seattle from Victoria to take part in these pledge drives, we always make a little trip over to the Channel 9 store. I don't know if they're going to change that name to the KCTS store because of the fact that Channel 9 isn't Channel 9 in some markets. But anyway, that's beside the point. Over at the KCTS store, there's so many interesting things there, books and videos and toys and games and other interesting things that complement the TV series that are out here. And when you've got kids who like to watch TV and you want to complement that with reading, that's the sort of thing that helps keep them interested. But it's more than toys. It's a wide variety of things, and it's one of the many benefits of being a subscriber to KCTS. But the big benefit is you've still got those shows you enjoy. As George pointed out, KCTS listens to you, and that's another big benefit of being a subscriber. So if you haven't done so, pick up the phone now. Make the call, 800-443-1999.
Bill Nye, the Science Guy, Cucina More, Over Ireland. These shows are produced right here at KCTS and are just a part of the diverse bunch of programming that we offer here. So please, if you haven't done so already, there is still time. Become a member of the KCTS family by calling 1-800-443-1999. Become a subscriber or renew your subscription. Do it now. What did you say?
You know, that's the first time I can remember seeing volunteers who weren't all busy with a phone up to their ears. Come on, it's Saturday night. It's only 10:15. You can't possibly be tired yet. We've got 2 more episodes of Red Dwarf to go. The 8th series, we're going to repeat 4 and 5 for you. 4, by the way, is Cassandra, if you were with us earlier. A brand new face on the computer, I guess. Fantastic, and a fantastic character. I think you might see her come back in Series 9. 1-800-443-1999. If you've been watching all night long, we really need for you to go to the telephone right now. And I'm not suggesting for a second that we haven't had a successful night. That would be absolute nonsense, and it wouldn't be the truth, because we have had a great night. But we want you to be part of this. When and if we get the characters or the cast, or some members of the cast, hopefully, here in this summer, and we have an event, we'd like to see you there. Now, you do that simply by getting on the list, and you do that if you call during December during the subscription drive for Red Dwarf. When I wasn't here in the hospital, I was watching with you and laughing with you. If you call tonight, you're on the list, whether you call in December or tonight. But if you haven't called on either one, then frankly, you're not on the list, okay? And you need to be. If you want to take advantage of any event that we have with any of the people that come in from Red Dwarf, you want to be on that list. Will we have an event? I don't know. Will we have somebody here this summer? Don't know. Don't know yet. But we're working on it, and we're working real hard on getting Chris Berry here. Okay, we're going to repeat 2 episodes tonight because we have time to do that. We've run all 8 of Series 8 of Red Dwarf. We're going to repeat the 4th and 5th episodes. The reason we picked these, the first 3 go together, and the other 2 are part of a series. So 4 and 5 stand by themselves very nicely. This is Cassandra. You're going to love her. Don't go away. There's another episode coming up. We've got Crikey TV coming up. That's episode 5 of the 8-part 8th series of Red Dwarf, which we premiered tonight on KCTS and KYVE. Actually, I think probably showing you the last 5 of the series, or at least the last 4, probably before the folks on the BBC in the United Kingdom saw it. We got a good break this time, and you folks benefited from it. Okay, there's another episode coming up. This is the last break of the night. This is it. Okay, and your last opportunity to call and take advantage of the premiums, get your name on the list for any possible events surrounding Red Dwarf and its cast this summer. As I told you all night, if you're just joining us and getting home late on Saturday night, well, not too late, but you're going to get one more episode of Red Dwarf if you missed the rest of them. We were supposed to have Robert Llewellyn here tonight, and Robert would have been here if it could have been worked out at all. He simply could not. He has promised to be here next year. We are working right now, on getting Chris Berry and Craig Charles here in July. If that occurs, if it occurs, and it has not happened yet, okay? Be honest with you, it hasn't. But we're working on it. If it does happen, there will be an event. How do you get on the list for the event? To be told where it is, when it is, and, you know, all the good stuff. Well, if you subscribed on the Red Dwarf Marathon in December, when I wasn't here, if you did then you're on the list. If you subscribe tonight, you're on the list. If you haven't called and subscribed tonight or in December, you're not on the list. Okay? Okay. So this is the last break, your last chance to get on the list, right? And we've got some really nice premiums for you if you're interested in premiums. We have the 2 Infinity license plate holders at the $45 level. It says Infinity welcomes careful drivers. Line, I think, from a Red Dwarf episode. I have to go back and find out. Red Dwarf, the 1999, March 1999 Series 8 T-shirt at the $60 level. We've had this T-shirt for 10 years. All 8 series have been celebrated by this T-shirt. This T-shirt's being retired. If we have a T-shirt next year, it'll be a new one. So if you'd like to have the last of a very famous series, you want that. The 2 videos of the 2 visits by Robert Llewellyn and Craig Charles in 1997 and Danny John Jules and Craig Charles in 1998. Their visits to Seattle, all documented on tape. They had a wonderful time, and you get some mementos of Red Dwarf that are available only here in the Northwest, nowhere else, frankly, in the world. 2 videos at the $100 level. Then the Red Dwarf Super Combo. Always have a super combo, don't we? At the $150 level, the license plate holders, the T-shirt, the 2 videos, and the ever-loving Red Dwarf pin, which you only get if you go to the $150 level. It's nice to see all the folks on the telephone. Please make that telephone call now. This is your last opportunity, and we're trying to be really fair about it. We really are. We want those of you who did call in December and tonight to take advantage of the opportunity of going to any event that we might possibly have this summer. We're not going to extend it on out, you know, through the week. It's tonight, okay? You're going to do it tonight. And if you're going to do it, you're going to do it right now. And please don't call them and say, hey, you didn't tell me. Yes, we did. 1-800-443-1999. Make the call.
Hi, Dave and Kendra. Hi, Paul and Memzek. Hi, George. This is your station for Red Dwarf.
KCTS, Seattle, Vancouver.
KCTS, my favorite station.
I am so proud of all of our viewers in Washington and in B.C., for all of you who have been calling. And the reason this makes us so pleased is because 71% of the monies we use for broadcast and acquisition of programs like what you've been watching this afternoon and this evening come from you, the individual subscriber. That is a really humongous chunk of money, especially here, and this particular program is completely public viewer supported. So you can all pat yourselves on the back, and those of you who have been sitting and waiting, this is your last chance this evening. This is the last break. Please give us a call. If you charge it on one of the 4 cards shown on your screen right now, we do get to keep more of the money here at KCTS, or you can use your debit card if that's more convenient. But please take this opportunity now to give us a call, 1-800-443-1999.
You know, the support from British Columbia tonight has been absolutely tremendous. I mean, it's always really good, and it's always really, really important. Tonight has been particularly good. So thank you to all those in BC who've been calling in and supporting public broadcasting, as British Columbians have done for the past 30-some years. And let's keep it going here, too. Maybe you're a relatively new viewer. Maybe you've been tuning in because you wanted to see the entire Red Dwarf 8th series, and now you're wondering, well, should I subscribe? Very simply, the answer is yes, because if you are watching it, if you're enjoying it, the time is now to show that you support it. And the way to do that, because KCTS does not sell advertising, does not go to commercials, but they hold the pledge drives, and that's what this is for. So, from British Columbia, Victoria, Vancouver, Prince George, Penticton, wherever you are, get on the phone now. Make that call, 800-443-1999. The cost of the call is zilch. The importance of it can't be measured. Thanks.
You know, once again, I'm going to urge you to get on that list. You saw that promo that we just had on? They made a promo for every station that's going to carry the 8th series on public television. And that WTVS in Detroit, KCTS, whatever. Wherever it was high. We're from Red Dwarf, and we're your whatever it is. We're your Red Dwarf station. When they got to Seattle, they did it a little differently. And the reason for it is twofold. Number one, they've been here, and they've had a ball. And they had a ball with you, and they love the area. And number two, for the support that Red Dwarf gets from the public television stations across the United States and Canada, this market brings in more dollars for public television station, and Red Dwarf gets more support than any other market in the country. And that includes New York and LA and Chicago and all the biggies. You folks are absolutely fantastic. Look at those volunteers from Attachmate taking your telephone calls. They're all on the phone. Please keep on the phone right now. Stay on the phone. If you're in call waiting, stay there. You need to get on the list. You need to support this. This is the only series on KCTS that is underwritten by the viewers totally. No corporate underwriters for the acquisition of Red Dwarf. That is strictly a viewer function. And we use your money that you're subscribing tonight to go, and if there is a 9th series, we'll do everything we possibly can to get it for you. And indeed, the dollars are there, aren't they? From tonight. 1-800-443-1999. You've got time to call. Make that call.
I've been fortunate enough to work pledge at PBS stations in quite a few different states, and I have to say that this is one of the most amazing stations I've ever had the pleasure of working at. The level of support here is really amazing, and I can tell you that to have people step up to the plate and, you know, put their belief into action, to actually put your money where your mouth is, that you believe in non-commercial television, this is a really important thing, and I am so happy to be a part of this. I want to thank all of you who have become new members today, and for those of you who have renewed your membership, I want to thank my excellent and handsome co-people here, George Ray and Tree Snyder, and I want to thank all of you and hope that I can join you soon. Please, there's a little more time left. If you haven't done it yet, go to the phones now and give us a call, 1-800-443-1999. Get on George's list.
Well, I'll tell you, you know, the money that we've raised tonight is extremely important, and the support and the feelings of goodwill and all that stuff are very important too. But we can't do anything without the volunteers. And the gang from Attachmate here, I would get them to applaud themselves, but they're all busy. Great, thank you. Hang on, this lady here can applaud for Attachmate. Woohoo! Good, thank you. Okay, now let's make her phone ring too. This is excellent. Thanks to all the people, all the companies who sent their volunteers in here through the day and through this evening, and Attachmate and all the others. Thanks a lot for coming down and giving up a Saturday night. They can give up a full Saturday night. You can give up just a few seconds to make that call right now to 800-443-1999 and become a member of KCTS.
I don't know, Nevada. Being on George's list maybe is not the best thing that ever happened. But being on the list that will get you invited to any event that the Red Dwarf crew happens to be a part of this summer, that is a list worth being on, especially if you folks went to Heck Edmondson in 1997 or out to San Michelle in 1998, then by golly, you know what a good time you had and what a lot of fun it is just to be around these people and how friendly and they just welcome you. You know, you want a picture of your child or your picture taken with them? Fine. You want autographs? Fine. Whatever, really, they go out of their way to give you a very, very special evening. So this is a little bit more, I hope, than getting premiums, and a little bit more than even supporting the program, although you know that's what the money is for, and we do too. And as a matter of fact, we use the money to support Red Dwarf, to buy Red Dwarf, and we will buy the 9th series for you if it's available. Okay, couple of things. We have one more episode coming up. It's Cridy TV. It is the 5th episode of the new 8th series of Red Dwarf that we aired tonight. So you got one more episode of those coming up. You still have time to call in and get on that list and take advantage of the premiums. And we will stay in the studio and continue to take your calls until everyone is taken care of. But the offer ends tonight. Okay? That's it. And it's the way it's got to be. That's being fair to the people who played the game right and really stepped forward and supported Red Dwarf. Don't you think? I think so. I hope so. All right. 1-800-443-1999. You still have time to make the call. I've got a lot of people that I have to thank. Nevada Spencer, who is always wonderful and always good to see you, my dear. George's list, huh? Drew Snyder from CFAX Radio in Victoria has a great travel show on, I believe, Saturdays. An absolutely wonderful show that I've had the pleasure of being on, and it's great, especially if you love traveling in the Northwest. He finds places. All right. Most of all, a huge thank you to the attachment people who really, you worked them to a frazzle tonight. I'm going to ask them to give themselves a round of applause. They're all on the phone? Well, there's a couple there. Let's give it a try. For those of you not on the phone, can you give yourself a round of applause? That sounded nicely light. I like that. You know, nicely light. That means most of them were on the phone, okay? Most importantly and most impressively, to the more than 1,700, yeah, individuals, couples, and families. Red Dwarf, you knock them out. You really do. 1,700 individuals, couples, and families that picked this day to support KCTS and KYVE. Our future looks pretty darn good, thanks to you. We will talk to you again tomorrow night.